Under a vast, clear, blue sky, a cozy farm basks in the sun's golden embrace. Rolling green hills stretch towards a quaint farmhouse and charming barn, a tableau of idyllic serenity. The scene is awash in warm, soft hues, evoking a sense of gentle comfort. Magical lighting dances across the landscape, heightening the enchanting atmosphere of the farm. Sunlight floods into the pantry, illuminating dancing dust motes as Tino, a small, light brown mouse with bright, curious eyes, darts into the scene. Tino's tiny paws scramble across the cool tile floor, his whiskers twitching as he navigates the new terrain. He pauses, gazing up at the towering shelves stocked with jars, boxes, and bags, a veritable mountain range of food. The scent of sugar and flour fills the air, an irresistible siren song to the small mouse. His bright eyes glint with determination as he plots his ascent, an epic adventure unfolding in his tiny mind. He begins his climb, a miniature explorer in a vast, delicious world. Inside the pantry, Tino's eyes widen, locking onto a colossal piece of yellow cheese perched high on a shelf. A surge of excitement courses through him, evident in his wide-eyed gaze. Tiny paws begin to clap with unrestrained glee as he jumps up and down. His small form is a whirlwind of pure, cheesy anticipation. Inside the pantry, Tino clutches a block of cheese, hugging it tightly against his chest. His face is a mask of selfish determination as he guards his cheesy treasure. I watch him, my eyes narrowing with resolve. The battle for the cheese begins as I determinedly drag it away. The cheese becomes a contested prize, a symbol of stubbornness and hunger. From the barn's edge, Clody the white hen, Goyo the gray cat, and Bruno the light brown rabbit watch with longing eyes. Their collective gaze follows Tino, a silent plea etched in their expressions. A palpable sadness hangs in the air, mirroring their empty bellies. Each animal stands as a statue of hunger, their hope pinned on Tino's actions. The bright daylight casts long shadows, emphasizing their forlorn vigil by the barn. Outside the barn, Clody's knowing gaze shifts between Goyo and Bruno, sensing the unspoken tension. Goyo shakes his head slowly, his ears drooping, a portrait of dejection. Clody observes the unfolding drama, a wry question hanging in the air. He's not going to share, is he? Bruno sighs heavily, his nose twitching with a mixture of anticipation and frustration. The barn air thick with unspoken desires. Inside the cramped confines of Tino's hole, silence amplifies the gentle patter of rain from above. A tight close-up captures Tino's focused gaze, his world narrowed to a wedge of cheese, his only treasure. In the dim light, the cheese glows, a beacon of hope in Tino's solitary existence. The echoing drips emphasize the profound loneliness that surrounds Tino in his small hidden world. His eyes reflect a deep hunger, not just for sustenance, but for something more beyond the confines of his hole. In the depths of Tino's hole, a solitary drop of water breaks the silence, plummeting from the cavernous ceiling. The drop strikes Tino's meager bed, and the small hunk of cheese beside him, a grim reminder of his desolate existence. Tino looks utterly miserable, his eyes reflecting the dampness and despair of his surroundings. His body is racked by shivers, a testament to the cold and unforgiving nature of his subterranean prison. In the oppressive darkness of Tino's hole, the silence is broken only by the echo of dripping water. Each drop magnifies the tension, a metronome counting down in his personal hell. Tino's fragile resolve crumbles with each falling drop. He whimpers softly, a sound swallowed by the cavernous space, desperation etched on his face. His fingers tighten around the cheese, his only solace in the echoing abyss. Under the cloak of night, Clody, Goyo, and Bruno gather outside Tino's hole. Their faces are masks of deep worry, illuminated by the dim, unseen light. An unspoken tension hangs heavy in the air, mirroring the uncertainty of the night. Each is lost in thought, grappling with the unknown that lies beyond the entrance. The silence is broken only by the rustling of leaves and their anxious breaths. Together, They form a united front against the looming darkness and their shared fear. Outside Tino's hole, Clody pecks anxiously at the entrance, her concern growing with each unanswered call. Her voice, laced with worry, cuts through the silence. "Tino, are you all right?" she calls out. A tense moment hangs in the air as Clody waits for a response, the silence amplifying her fear. Clody's feathers ruffle with increasing desperation as she intensifies her efforts to reach Tino. At the entrance to Tino's hole, a crack of light emerges as Tino warily opens the door. Tino's face is etched with shame as he peers out at the figures awaiting him. His friends stand before him, silhouettes against the downpour, rain plastering their clothes to their shivering forms. The relentless rain reflects the gravity of the unspoken words hanging heavy in the air. A palpable tension fills the space between them, each soaked figure a testament to the night's turmoil. The dim light in Tino's hole stretches long, distorted shadows across the room. Unspoken tension hangs heavy, a palpable weight in the stale air. Goyo steps forward, his expression earnest in the low light. "We're here to help, Tino," Goyo says, his voice cutting through the silence. Bruno stands beside Goyo, his face unreadable in the shadows. The silence stretches, punctuated only by the distant sounds of the city. In the dim light of Tino's hole, anticipation hangs heavy in the air. Tino pauses at the entrance, a moment of hesitation flickering across his face. With a subtle gesture, Tino steps aside, the shadows deepening around him. The doorway beckons, promising secrets and unknown adventures beyond. His friends advance, their figures silhouetted against the faint light within. A silent invitation lingers as Tino watches them enter, the threshold crossed. Inside Tino's hole, a desperate struggle unfolds as the characters grapple with the massive cheese. Muscles strain and faces contort in effort as they inch the cheese forward, their determination unwavering. The air is thick with the smell of cheese and desperation as they navigate the cramped space. With a final surge, they manage to push the cheese into a dry corner, a small victory in their arduous journey. Inside Tino's hole, a sliver of light pierces through a crack in the wall, casting a warm glow over the space. The light dances, illuminating dust motes and highlighting the textures of the rough-hewn walls. The warmth of the light contrasts sharply with the cool, damp air of their surroundings. The single beam focuses on their efforts, whatever task they are undertaking within the enclosure. The light suggests a hidden world, a secret refuge tucked away from the outside. Shadows flicker and play, enhancing the sense of mystery and quiet determination. In the dim, familiar space of Tino's hole, Tino's gaze sweeps over his friends, a profound gratitude shining in his eyes. A moment of stark realization dawns within him, a quiet understanding of his own shortcomings. The weight of his selfishness settles upon him, a heavy burden acknowledged in the silent room. His expression softens, a mixture of regret and newfound resolve etching lines around his eyes. Dim light paints long shadows across the faces, gathered in Tino's hole, the air thick with unspoken regrets. The weight of recent events presses down on them all, a palpable tension filling the space. Tino steps forward, his face a canvas of remorse under the harsh light. His voice cracks with sincerity as he breaks the silence, the words heavy with guilt. "I'm sorry, friends. I was wrong," Tino confesses, his apology hanging in the air. Inside Tino's hole, the air is thick with anticipation. Tino's weathered hands reach for a small, glinting knife. The blade hovers over a block of cheese, poised to slice. With focused precision, he begins to cut the cheese into rustic, uneven pieces. Each slice falls, revealing the creamy interior of the cheese. The aroma of sharp, aged cheese fills the confined space. In Tino's hole, Tino extends the first offering, a silent invitation hanging in the air. Cloti receives the piece, her expression unreadable as she accepts the gesture. Next, Goyo is presented with the offering, anticipation etched on his face. Finally, Tino presents the last piece to Bruno, completing the circle of silent exchange. Inside the barn, bathed in the soft glow of a lantern, four friends gather on hay bales, their camaraderie palpable. A wheel of cheese makes its rounds, each friend tearing off a piece, savoring the simple pleasure. Laughter echoes through the barn, blending with the gentle rustle of straw, creating a symphony of joy. The warm, friendly atmosphere embraces them as they share stories and jokes, their faces radiant. In this moment, surrounded by friendship and laughter, they are lost in the simple beauty of togetherness. Inside the barn, warm light bathes the scene, casting a golden glow on the gathering. Laughter echoes through the rustic space as friends share a simple meal. Each face radiates pure joy, reflecting the warmth of companionship. The air is filled with the comforting aroma of home-cooked food and heartfelt conversation. A sense of contentment settles over the group, a perfect moment captured in time. The barn transforms into a haven of happiness, illuminated by genuine smiles and shared stories. The farm awakens as a golden sunrise spills across the land, promising a new day. Silhouetted against the radiant horizon, the friends begin their walk, their figures stark against the light. The warm glow of the sun bathes the fields, creating long shadows that dance with each step. Each breath is visible in the crisp morning air as they move deeper into the heart of the farm. The rising sun seems to bless their journey, casting a hopeful light upon their path. United in purpose, they walk on, the promise of the day unfolding before them. Under the vast sky of the farm, Tino, Clody, Goyo, and Bruno stand shoulder to shoulder. Wide smiles stretch across their faces, reflecting pure joy and triumph. Their camaraderie radiates outward, a palpable testament to shared struggles and victories. Each glance, each gesture, speaks of a bond unbreakable and profound. A silent promise hangs in the air, a commitment to stand together against whatever the future holds. Against the serene backdrop of the farm, words begin to materialize, etched in a whimsical font. The text slowly comes into focus, a gentle reminder floating in the tranquil air. Happiness grows when it is shared. The words declare, resonating with the quiet beauty of the landscape. The message lingers, inviting viewers to reflect on the simple joys found in connection and community.